right. Welcome to. Hold on for one moment. Let me get my adjustment here. I forgot to plug this in. All right. Welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony G, and we're about to get started today. We're going to be talking about, can you imagine living in a society with non-GMOs when it comes down to health? And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it today. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I know it's very early in the morning. I wanted to do this live here. I said I wanted to do something on non-GMOs. I talked about GMOs. Excuse me. Now I said I wanted to do something on non-GMOs. So, what are GMOs? Well, GMOs are genetically modified organisms, which when it comes down to health and the environment, they have a correlation with each other. Many would say that GMOs can contribute to allergenic type of issues. When we talk about people that are allergic to things, it can also talk about, if we go a little bit deeper, how the food is processed, right? How food is prepared, because this is not food, but if we were to take the GMOs out, so if GMOs did not exist, and if we were to remove GMOs, that would mean that our quality of health should restore, should restore. That's why I'm a big advocate and a big fan of RFK Jr. when it comes down to him being appointed over the health administration, right? Because we definitely need it. Miss G, Miss G, Miss G. How is Miss G doing? Waving to Miss G. Thank you, Miss G. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like done. Okay, I saw that too, Miss G. I went on your stuff and liked your stuff yesterday. How are you doing this morning, Miss G? Yeah, Miss G, Comistica. Yeah, Comistica, you know. Yeah. I know you say the mambute, One of these days, I'm going to have to learn Tagalog. Yeah, I'm going to have to learn Tagalog one of these days, though. A lot of Filipinos around here, yeah. Miss G says, just came from work. Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, as I'm in America, as you already know. But your time zone difference, how many hours is it? Let me see, Australia from us, Philippines is 12 hours from us. Australia is 15 hours. And then you, from where you are in the European, over there in Malta, how many hours from America? Yeah, I think you've told me before, but I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. hmm Oh, 6 hours. That's not too bad. Yeah, 6 hours is not bad. As you know, Philippines is 12 hours. Australia is 6 hours. Yeah. That's why when I get over here, let me see, Miss G says, it depends which state you are. Okay, are you? Okay, I'm over here in Michigan. I'm in Michigan, so okay, I am here in Europe. Yes, you are. You're in the island of Malta. Yep. The island of Malta. It's beautiful in Malta, though. It's very beautiful over there. Yeah. Yeah. Did you go out with your sisters? I know you don't hang out with them often, but like you said, it's something that has to be planned ahead. Yeah, that's cool that y'all were able to go out on New Year's. The food looked so delicious. hmm Yeah, who doesn't like Chinese food? Yeah. The Chinese. Ni hao ma. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Miss G says some states there are 7, 8, 9 hours difference. Yeah, like California, because California is what 3 hours right now. But then when we do the daylight save, when we move the clock back up, then it's 2 hours. Right now it's 3 hours ahead of us. I mean behind us. I mean, because I used to live on the out over there on the West Coast. I lived in Arizona, so standard mountain time. But I've been to California. Very beautiful city. Very nice. Very very nice. Yeah. But yeah. So other than that, see the plane taking off. I'm over here working at the airport. Saw that plane fly up there. One day I'm gonna be on that plane again. Yeah. Yep, I don't mind flying. I've been flying ever since I was a little kid, since I was a baby. Been on that plane. Yeah. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we're talking about can you imagine living in a society which we don't have to succumb to GMOs? No GMOs at all, which means the health as well will actually actually get a lot better. Because if we were reduced to exposure of chemicals like pesticides, insecticides, and other type of poisons that they spray on the food and things, like for instance, the herbicides, pesticides, and insecticides. A lot of the food is grown in Mexico, right? Now, America, then you have Mexico. America used to always produce its own food. But we have crooked corporations, right? And companies like Monsanto, which is owned by Bayer Aspirin, Bayer, Big Pharma. So they have hijacked our farming, right? Where they own majority of the crops in the land here in America. And it reaches out further than that. But right now we're just going to deal with America. The farmers, the small farmers, and a few that I know that's in this room, um, they have told me how they've been pressured by our so-called government. Now we know right now we're in a regime change, and we'll get into that a little later. But the old system, meaning that America, they squeezed out, ran off, and bankrupted a lot of farmers, right? Make it very difficult for them to take care or actually farm, right? To make a living. And I heard so many stories from some of the farmers over the years, which is really sad, right? But with this crooked, um, and this goes way before Biden administration, but when we start looking at this injustice that has been going on, and it's not just to the farmers, but it's also to the American people. Because if we are not producing and supporting our local farmers, and this is the breadbasket of America. When you go into the Midwest states, at one time we used to have so many independent farmers, right? And also with the independent farmers, they had they have what is it? A relationship is what I'm trying to say with a lot of the supermarkets, corporations. Now we know there's such thing called factory farming. Factory farming came around since the turn of the century, 20th century. And factory farming is something, okay, Miss G, you have a nice day. Thank you for the support. I like your dance emoji there. Yeah, I'm over here dancing too. I do some dancing. I like your dancing emoji. Miss G, everybody, Miss G, you know, waving back to Miss G. Yeah, that's so nice. Yeah, I'll be on your live today, checking you out and bless you. Give you another blessing. Everybody deserves a blessing. But yeah, So, so yeah, so let's go in and talk about it. So they have wreaked havoc. Okay, Miss G says, no, I meant I'm going for that emoji. Oh, okay. Okay. I like that emoji though. It looks like it's a dancing emoji. Yeah, I like it though, you know. I like emojis. I like the animated emojis too. Those are nice. Yep. Emojis and animated emojis. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, so if we can imagine living in a society when we didn't have GMOs at all, genetically modified organisms, thank you for the like, I appreciate it. So if we imagine that we lived in a society with non-GMOs and how health would should or will restore itself, because there's a correlation with GMOs, once again, genetically modified organisms, and sickness, illness, and disease. And these are the things that I'm gonna start hitting more on the health side, because this is important. The information is out there, but it need to be talked about more, especially in a live stream, right? Thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. Excuse me, yeah. But so other than that, as we study, unveil a lot of the non-GMO farming practices, right? So when we think about the non-GMO farming practices, we talk about crops with high levels of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants due to healthier soil management. So with the soil management, and this is important, ladies and gentlemen, um, when you have, so in other words, if they're not spraying the crops with herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides, and all this other stuff, we're talking about this is how our ancestors, they weren't sick like this. We didn't have like an overwhelming epidemic when it come down to sickness, illness, and disease like that. Our ancestors were very, very strong. They were very, very active. They weren't plagued to what we are plagued with today. They ate like real meat, real vegetables, and real fruit, you know. And this is what it always have been, hunting and foraging for food, right? This is why our ancestors did it. They weren't going into supermarkets. Now, don't get me wrong, supermarkets are good for some of them. They used to be a lot better, but now we have to go to specialty supermarkets like Whole Foods. Whole Foods used to be really, really nice. I can't necessarily say that Whole Foods is like the holy grail anymore, because they've been taken over by Amazon. And I think Whole Foods actually started in Texas originally, but they used to. I remember back in the days in the early 2000s when I was living in Phoenix, Arizona, and Whole Foods. They didn't have none of this soy. They have soy up in there today. The 365 brand, which is Whole Foods exclusive brand, and they had a mission. The original mission statement for Whole Foods, I'm trying to remember what it is, but they wanted to bring healthy, to the consumer, which is the customer, right? And they wanted to have a relationship with the local farmers that didn't spray their crops and all this other stuff with GMOs. So the mission statement was to be healthier, for people to be able to eat better and have a choice of locally grown produce. I've been to many co-ops, and I'm sure you got them in your particular state or country or whatever. Um, Co-ops are pretty cool because what's nice about a co-op is that you have the community that pitches together, and they have a mission statement where they said we're going to set up a relationship between local farmers as well as dealing with like the co-op, which is basically a supermarket that is community ran and owned. And you're starting to see that more often from the local farmers, and you have your co-ops, and then the customer. Now they usually they usually sell a membership, and anybody when you buy it into a membership in a co-op, you are also a owner. You're a part owner in that particular co-op in that community. So when they have the board meetings and so forth, you can participate, show up, and let your voice be known. Where the direction is, you know what I'm saying, in regards to products. 1000 RR. How you doing there, sir? Yeah, 1000 RR in the house, man. If I had my horn thing, I'll press that right now if I was in a home studio. But I'm out here getting it. Yeah, a 1000 RR says, "Say no to GMO." I know that's right. I should have titled the should have put the title in regards to that. I like it. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Say no to GMO. Man. But you're so right, 1000 RR, man. This is the crux that is plaguing society. This is the problem right here. And I'm sure 1000 RR know it as well too, man. And by now we all known it. I've been knowing about GMOs and stuff since probably 2006, 2007 when I started learning about this stuff. But yeah, man. So with the co-op, and we got a few. We got one in Detroit, downtown Detroit, and that one I think has been around at least about a year or so, I do believe. But yeah, co-ops are actually better than dealing with the supermarket because most of your co-ops have a relationship with the local farmers, which is important. I know another market, and I know the owner, and he deals only Michigan local base. And right, Michigan, we in the Midwest state, even though we sit a little north, but we still considered to be Midwest. And with the Midwest, we have a lot of farming here, a lot of local farmers. I love supporting the local farmers. When you drive on these rural roads, you'll see egg stands and fruit stands, and other than flowers, you'll see like you can actually go to a lot of these particular places off these rural roads and purchase product. There's a place I know right now, they have an egg stand where you can buy eggs, which is pretty cool and nice too. So getting real fresh farm fresh eggs that does not contain no GMOs, no herbicides, pesticides, and insecticides, no growth hormone being injected into the bovine, which is the beef, right? The animals have more of a, illustrious, longer lifespan. They're happier, you know what I'm saying? They have farming practices and things like that. So where the animals can roam and range and roam free. In a factory, they don't do that. They keep them caged up, locked up, and they're being mistreated and abused. And when you have all that going on, that's the food that people are eating. There is a way to to be able to, I really don't like using the slaughter word, but you know what I mean. There's more of a humane way of doing it. Um, when people, and a lot of it was some of the people that are, religious based, they have a way of dealing with that with animals. And I believe in the Muslims may have a way of for what I've been told, is they have a way where the animal doesn't even know that he would never see the blade. By the time that happened, it's already. But when the animals are afraid and scared and they're being shuffled into the kill floor, and it's really sad though. If people really see the factory farming practices of how inhumane animals are being treated just to be able to be put food on our plate, it'll turn your stomach, for the most part of it. But other than that, though, it's a true fact that we are what we eat. And I appreciate you coming in, 1000 RR, Miss G, thank you. So as I go down the list here, Let's talk about the nutritional values of non-GMO as well. Farming practices that may result in crops with higher levels as vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants due to a healthier soil management, as you just heard me mention. Fewer allergenics, right? While GMOs undergo rigorous testing, right, for allergenic, some consumers prefer non-GMO foods to avoid certain, to avoid concerns about potential allergenic genes, right? So let's go further down. Environmental and ethical practices. So environmental and ethical practices. Um, Sustainable farming, non-GMO agriculture promotes, let me see here, biodiversity, reduces chemical use, and support healthier ecosystems. Support for organic farming, non-GMO crops help protect organic farms from contaminated and align with sustainable practices. This is important. Ethical choices. Many consumers view non GMO products are more transparent and um, equitable, support small scale farms or farmers and local economy. So this is important as well too. While GMOs are considered safe, right? It says here, GMOs they do consider GM. Can you imagine this? They consider GMOs to be considered safe by majority scientific bodies and offer cost benefits. And this is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. You know, with a lot of these corporations, they shortcut. Ever since they have come up with these alternative sweeteners other than sugar. Sugar itself is processed and bad, plain old white sugar. But if you were to take the like we talking about artificial sugar that they create, which is a chemical, right? And it's a neurotoxin as well, and it creates havoc on the body. It's responsible for a lot of known diseases just with the sugar, and and this is a very serious thing. But our ancestors, they ate cane sugar. You heard this before with the soda pop. There was a while back, and you could still buy like Coca-Cola and stuff when they were putting real cane sugar in the soda pop. But when they deviated from that, because it's all about saving a buck, right? Cut cost, and the quality goes away. This is why when you're eating even fast food, I remember as a kid growing up, when you ate into a real Whopper sandwich back then, and this is when I didn't know anything about GMOs and factory farming, but when you ate into a Whopper burger, it used to taste really, really good. They would put the burger patties, and they were frozen, but they would put the burger patties on in Burger King, and they'll put it on this conveyor, and the flame broil will hit the meat, right? They don't do that no more. They don't cook like that no more. Everything has been, what's the word for it? It has been shortcut to save time on, because that's why they call it fast food, because it's fast and it's quick. Nobody's cooking in these restaurants anymore either. All they're doing is just reheating stuff. You know, your fries are already frozen. Your burger meat is already frozen. Excuse me, it's already frozen. That's one of the things about it. When you go into these other countries outside the United States, and if you were to go anywhere in Scandinavia countries where GMOs are outlawed, the quality of the meat alone is different. And I had it in Canada when I used to live over there. Their quality of meat and produce in Canada. Now a lot has changed, but back in the '90s that I remember, the food quality tastes better. It was better when I used to go to a farmer's market in Canada and bought real beef or meat. It was on point. It tasted. You could taste the quality. You could taste the difference. Not like this tasteless, waxy type stuff today. Apples don't taste the same today. Bananas don't have a smell to them. Fruit is supposed to have a smell. Vegetables are supposed to have a smell. How can you call that an apple or a pear or orange when it doesn't smell like one? You know, you cut into it, it doesn't smell like nothing, you know. Sad, but it's the truth. So, as we study, go down the list, you know, um, we're going to talk about it, right? So, how do non GMO foods impact the environment compared to GMO foods? That is a good question. So, non GMO and GMO foods, sorry about that. So, non GMO and GMO foods have a distinct environmental impact, right? Because think about it like this: with GMO foods, GMO itself has an impact on our environment. Remember we said about the soil management and everything? But if you're using stuff like Roundup or whatever these herbicides and insecticides, it's bad for nature, it's bad for the environment, it's bad for the soil itself. These are major problems, you know? But with the non-GMOs, right, the biodiversity, non-GMO farming often support greater biodiversity by avoiding monoculture practices and promoting diverse ecosystems. Lower chemical use. Non-GMO crops typically avoid synthetic herbicides and pesticides, reducing the risk of water and soil contamination. This is another thing. Well, when we start to practice non-GMO, land use. Without GMO traits, non-GMO crops generally have a lower yield requiring more land to meet food demand, right? Which can lead to disforestation and inhabitant loss. So this is another thing, though, you know. So we don't have to worry about land, forest being destroyed with chemicals because that's what they're doing. They're spraying the land with chemicals for the sake of keeping their products to last longer in the supermarket. Thus, we call this frankenfood. For instance, a potato, when you buy a non-GMO potato versus a GMO potato, there are a difference. And with the non-GMO potato, right? Usually, you know, what's a term that they call where it start growing sprouts or growing? You will see a real potato do this. Non-GMO potato, because it's scary what they could do to that non-GMO potato. We'll just say non-GMO potato, and it doesn't grow those sprout things. They can last months. Most of the time, if they'll probably just get a little soft, but won't not change, not too much change in the composition. Still there, right? So let's talk about other things with non-GMO. So non-GMO, when I said earlier, you know, because the water too, and that's another issue when we're going to get to that. But non-GMOs, they put it in. Look at all the ingredients. Look at the processed foods, and you better believe that there are GMOs in there. But when you look at food that are non-GMO, you don't buy stuff in a can, right? You don't buy stuff in a wrapper. You don't buy stuff in a plastic bag. When you're buying real produce is not supposed to have chemicals on it. I mean, we got places where you can go into a supermarket where you have organic versus, excuse me, organic versus non-organic. They don't even have to list and say, oh, it's non-organic. Everybody just know that's just regular. But you have people that says, you know, the cost of eating or the cost of eating healthy is very expensive today. And that cost of eating today, eating healthy, Excuse me, hold on for a minute. So the cost of eating healthy today, which is an issue as well for some people, because you have some people, the way that prices are going up, inflation that's steady going up, and it makes it, depending on the person, it makes it very difficult to afford to eat healthier and better. And if you're looking at lower income in societies, it's a food desert, like Detroit. If you go outside of downtown Detroit, it's all the food desert. The only thing that you will see more of, you'll see some supermarkets, but the produce that they have in these supermarkets are very bad. And the problem with that is that when you have a lot of GMOs in produce, and you already know everything in the there's an old saying that goes, when you go into a supermarket, there's stuff on the outer realm and things like your besides your meats. What else is on the outer realm of a supermarket? Well, you also have your produce. The produce are never in the main aisle; they're always on the outside. Most of the time, when people go and shop, especially low income, they would pretty much bypass the produce section and they'll go straight into the middle aisle section where you have your cereals, you have your breads, which are all GMO and contaminated, right? And then you also have your other snacks and your potato chips and your cookies, all your processed, like your pastries and so forth. All that's in the middle section in these supermarkets. So it's not healthy. None of all that snacks, the way that they are, it's contaminated garbage. And these are in the inner cities, in these low income as well. The inner cities, I've been in them. There's when I go, and let's say for instance, if I was looking for a clove of garlic, right, garlic cloves. Depending on where you go in the inner city, if you happen to live in the inner city, you're not going to find. You'll be lucky to find cloves of garlic, and if you do, you better believe they won't be organic. It's very challenging to find a healthy supermarket in the community. And I know a lot of things are about to change, as I mentioned before, but as of right now, we are faced with and suffering from a food desert because with the modern day, with inflation that's steady going up, people are working longer hours, working 2 jobs, 3 jobs just to make ends meet for them and their family. So by the time they get off from work, they'll go to what is it, Little Caesar, right? Little Caesar, pizza. These type of places where they give you the bargain deals. 6.90 was it $5.99, $6 would get you a pizza, right? Now I'm not dogging on Little Caesar. I'm just saying because I know, and then this is what parents would do. Parents, they would leave a certain amount of allowance. My mother did the same thing with me and my brother as we were teenagers in middle school and high school. So we'll go and order, like Little Caesar and some of these other pizza places, the crazy bread and all the rest of this stuff. So um, this is this is a thing when it comes down to most families, not just inner city, but you see it all over. They'll go get themselves a pizza. They'll go ahead or get some fast food and everything like that. Because as I said, it's a food desert. People are not acclimated to eating healthy, eating better. It's amazing that American society versus other ethnic group societies, they look at their food as medicine. Now, case in point, when you look at East Indians from India, they see food totally different than we do as Westerners. Eastern cultures and societies, they look at their food very sacredly, sacred. And they have a correlation with a lot of their like powders and spices and herbs, right? Produce. They have it's a correlation with that. They truly look at their food as medicine. Asian culture as well too, African culture as well too. They know about what the medicinal purpose is when it comes down to healing. When they, let's say, consume um, turmeric, right, or cardamom, or cumin, right, coriander. These are pepper. These are actual powders that are, let's say, granulated and pulverized down to powders, and they cook with this stuff every day. Ginger, garlic. Ginger and garlic is widely used in the Eastern cultures. I use ginger and garlic. There's a lot of medicinal purposes with ginger and garlic alone. They can fight off colds and flus and all kind of stuff. Good on the stomach and digestion, right? When you start looking at it. So, if you're looking at some of the Westerners that don't cook with garlic or don't cook with ginger, and most people don't like garlic because garlic has a particular odor to it. Now, I like the smell of garlic, but a lot of people don't like the smell of garlic. It warns, it just it warns away people from you. But for people that consume a lot of amounts of garlic, we're talking about when it comes down to health, better immune system. They're able to fight colds and flus. They don't get sick very often because high amounts of consumption of garlic. And it's been told that if you start introducing garlic in your daily diet, you'll start seeing a lot of medicinal purposes for that, especially from being the lack of being sick and stuff. But I believe right now that we are in this regime change where the non-GMO foods, we're going to have a better, healthier society and things like that. But it's a food desert out there, ladies and gentlemen, in the inner city. In the inner city communities, there is a food desert out there. And this is a major, major problem right now because as long as the fast foods are around, and people go to fast foods, like, because nobody's really cooking anymore. We don't have a society in the Western world where people cook. I'm an Uber driver, right? And I picked up a lot of people all over the world as passengers, right? I picked my passengers up. And you look at people that are in these like Eastern societies, Africans, Asians, Indians, they don't like the food over here very much in America. They tried our meat. They always say our meat tastes funny, which it does. And I'm talking about African, Asian, Indian, and so forth. They don't like the American meat here because of the GMOs and stuff. It doesn't have any type of taste. So, which means what they would do is that they would either go to a local farmer, a local what is it, where what we call it like a farmer's market, and in a real farmer's market where you can get a better quality of meat as well as produce, and they cook at home. They don't go out here. When I go to certain restaurants, I very rarely ever see an African in a restaurant. I don't see Africans eating at Applebee's. I don't see Africans over here, and I'm just using them for an example. I don't see them eating at Applebee's. I don't see Africans eating at McDonald's, Burger King. Think about it, right? Do you see like Indians and Asians really going in there? I mean, the ones that are from their own country that's over here, they're not eating that stuff. And that should tell you something right there because they're used to eating real quality food. They're not used to eating GMO crap stuff. They're used to eating non-GMO, and it tastes better because the stuff over here, thank you for the like, by the way, I appreciate you. But the food and the quality over here in America is totally different. It's basically tasteless, waxy. Even the farmers market. I'm talking about like we got a place called Joe Randazzo's. John says you're welcome. John, I'm over here speaking your language, man. I've been killing it earlier. I've been giving you guys talked about the. I went down through here today though, John. You can get the recap later, but yeah, I said I was going to go ahead and go into dive into this deeper. I said this time I'm not going to hold back. We talked about the factory farming versus non-factory farming, soil management. I went down through there, John. We talked about herbicides, pesticides, insecticides. We talked about, um, how animals are treated, open range versus in a factory. We talked about that, right? John says, I'll go back and listen. That's cool, John. Thank you. We talked about what else I talked about? Yeah, we talked about the co-ops as well too, which are they're becoming more popular now. Here in Detroit, we got a co-op, and then there's one in Ann Arbor we have over there as well. So we have these like co-ops as well. Talked about that and things. We talked about the food desert as well. Now that we are going to see what's going to be happening now is that we're going to see a better quality of health now if we can get RFK Jr. certified. They can't keep holding this thing up forever, John. But I believe when RFK, because he's really hitting on a lot of things, and he knows his stuff frontwards and backwards. But I think it's going to be a great, great choice having him over the head of our health administration where he can implement some things because I think it'll be a great push getting the chlorinated water out of our system, right? Our society. Not just the chlorinated water, but we also can be able to get other things out of there, such as fluoride and other contaminants that are over there in the water itself. Because if the Europeans over there in Scandinavian countries, they don't have chlorinated water, they don't have poison in their water, and this when you start really thinking about it, they actually have a better quality of health than we do over here in America. Even Greenland, they have a better quality. Iceland, they have a better quality of health. The Icelandic outer realm regions where the natives are and stuff like that, they understand. They have I know with the Geneva Convention and all this other kind of stuff, they outlaw that stuff. That stuff is outlawed, you know what I'm saying? So that is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, it's one of those type of things. But yeah, so I said that I wanted to talk about this stuff because this is a definite need where we start talking about non-GMO living. And I'm going to start banging on this more often because it is a special spot in my heart when it comes down to non-GMO foods. The quality of life is better. We don't have to worry about this sickness and health. Big Pharma is very responsible for it. They're gonna put pressure on the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Already, everybody is on blast right now, as you already know, John. Everybody is on blast right now. But when these companies, because really the Food and Drug Administration never did their job. It was a front organization. In the beginning, it was supposed to protect the consumer and things, but they haven't been protecting the consumer. We know that they've been on the payroll of Big Pharma. I mean, that's pretty obvious, though. Anybody that got a half a brain would know that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these front agencies, they really don't protect the consumer at all. It's just a front. And this is why they're on blast right now. As Elon Musk study in code the madness of and looking at the books and looking at the Rex, he's able to check it out, see what it is, see what's going on, to be able to make sense of this stuff and to eliminate, far as costly, not with what's that NGO type of agencies, because they need to go. John says, but you got to remember, scale a city in Scandinavian county is like a village here. America cities use huge volumes of water and yeah, true, and chlorine. Is the safe way to purify it? Yeah, I mean, we definitely. I know they don't have the population that we do here, and you know, I always known that. I mean, trying to compare one to another, but can it be done though, John? Can it be done? Can big as America is, where we have like villages here, versus a county as you mentioned, could it still be done where we can have some of that quality living over there like we do here? John says a Brita will clean that for your water. How good is Brita though, John? I done heard like mixed reviews on it. Somebody did I guess you could say a study review on that. How great are these type of filtration systems, right? With that versus having a 4-step or a 7-step reverse osmosis system in your home. How effective you think the Brita really is versus getting a reverse osmosis system in your home? Because they do have like the 7 steps. I believe the higher the steps of the filtration system is, the better it is. But I know what is it, a little over $2,000 to have one installed in your home. But there's people that do have a reverse osmosis system. They say how life is a little better for them, I guess. John says they test the best and activated charcoal that absorbs the impurities. Yeah, I never own one, but I need to get one though. I never own one, but I would like to invest in on one because I can see the value. Anything would be better than nothing at all. I don't drink tap water. John says reverse osmosis is probably the best. Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. But since everybody can't afford a reverse osmosis, I got a filtration system in the shower. It's a filter system there. But as far as a Brita, I got to go in and invest in on one and things like that. I know there's another one called black mica. Black mica actually eats what is it, radiation. They got some things out there that can eat that stuff up, and black mica is one of them that I remember. Yeah, black mica. Sound like a superhero. Black mica. Oh man, gotta make it funny on everything, man. Gotta make it funny on everything. But yeah, man. So hey, John, let me ask you this question. Do you see, since you're a farmer, and I'm sure you've been farming for quite some time now, do you see, in your honest opinion, RFK Jr. being over the head of our the health department? And if you do see him in there, do you see a lot of changes in regards to the non-GMOs, or you still think we're going to have GMOs? Because really, this is a big fight against big pharma at this point, because we're talking about messing up people's money, and they mess their own money up because now that you got Trump in there, everything is being exposed. It's becoming to be checkmate though pretty soon. And I don't know how long the DM is going to be able to hold out against this type of stuff. The incriminating evidence is too much against them, man. I don't see it as a benefit. But if RFK is able to do something, as far as when he gets in there and gets certified, because his biggest battle right now is dealing with big pharma, and big pharma is not going to not going to go out without fighting. They're going to fight because we talk about money on the table, so they can continue running their scam, right? And this is why our healthcare system is trash as well too. They don't like alternative healing. They don't like any of this other type of stuff. They just want it to be the way that it is, continuously continue being the same way. The same old rigmarole over and over and over, you know. So therefore they can make a buck, keep people sickness, illness, and disease, because the old saying goes, as you already know, why invest in health when you can invest in for people being sick? John says, right now, the only GMO you are exposed to are corn, soy, and I believe the other one is wheat. Keep those two things organic, and you aren't intergestion GMO. I hope RFK is confirmed. Yeah, you got a good point about the corn and soy, which I haven't covered that yet, but if we can talk about it, because corn and soy. Now, the keeping the okay, the only GMO, right? Because soy, estrogen, what's that, pseudo estrogens that is in the soy alone, which creates a major problem. It destroys the immune system. You know what I'm saying? And corn, it's just corn. It's not even digestible. I'm not a corn eater. I know people that like to eat corn, but corn is hard to digest though too. It just doesn't digest in our body very well. At least the GMO one does. It doesn't. John says wheat is not approved for cell only testing. Yeah, I done heard a lot of stuff about that wheat though too, man. Corn oil, soy oil. Yeah, those are the seed oils right there. The seed oils that you're talking about are very dangerous. Palm oil, right? Partially hydrogenated oils, like your junk oil blends, like your vegetable oil, which is one of the worst garbage out there, man. This is the stuff, artery cloggers. We're talking about heart disease. We're talking about a slew of things just with the seed oils alone. And this is a major, major problem, man, with this type of stuff. It's not something that is, you know, easily to consume and things, and it just wreaks havoc in the body. But they have them all in the fast foods in these restaurants. Like you said, the corn and soy and things like that. Cottonseed oil. Cottonseed oil is bad too. We got a potato chip company here in Detroit called Better Made Potato Chips. And I do believe that Better Made potato chips, they use cottonseed oil. Some of this, and canola oil is another one. Oh my gosh. Canadian canola oil, or machine oil, that they accidentally discovered, and they started using that, and they're selling canola oil. Canola. John says, I remember I rendered and saved all my fat from cooking meat. Yeah, that's the thing about it. Yeah. Coconut oil, yeah. But yeah, the ghee, I got some ghee, but the actual fat from the beef fat, yeah, that's good that you've been doing that though, because that's the real stuff that you can cook with. And I must have to start doing that, John. I'm gonna have to start doing that as well, because that is a very excellent point. I like the smell of coconut oil though. It's not a seed oil, that's for sure. Olive oil. I'm a big fan of olive oil. I'm a big fan of Mediterranean restaurants anyway, because of their plant-based stuff. I like their salad a lot too. Their salads, their salads and stuff like that are very supreme. It doesn't have any of that sugar and other junk in their salad. I like a nice vinaigrette, or less a nice vinaigrette type of dressing, versus the standard sugar dressings that they sell with all that junk and crap in there. Yeah. John says olive oil is good. It's real good, yeah, because this is the biblical times. Olive oil go back thousands and thousands of years. Yeah, so, yeah, Cristo, as they call it, right? Cristo. The unaltered, the oil. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, though, man. Cristo, Crisco. Yeah, Cristo. Remember Cristo, the oil, the company that sells the cooking oil, which is the derivative of Cristo, right? Cristo. Ah, man. Yeah. Yeah, Cristo is not like the same stuff that we're talking about, that's for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have any of those products. I cook with vegetable oil or with the meat itself, like beef, it can make its own grease, as you already know. So I don't have to worry about that one. But the turkey products, but I yesterday though, John, I had for dinner, man, I had a lamb shank, mashed potatoes, and mixed vegetables, broccoli, green beans, right, and carrots, and it was delicious, man. It was delicious, man. Oh man, I have a nice lamb shank. Oh man, it was really really good, man. Tender, and yeah, I enjoyed that for dinner yesterday, though, John. Yep, yeah, man, that was really really good eating right there. That's how we supposed to eat. We supposed to eat like this, not this fast food crap. But that's how we supposed to eat. John says I actually use corn oil. Okay, I know. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Corn oil on my chainsaw is cheaper than the bar oil. Yeah, I know, right? I used a chainsaw before and doesn't pollute. Yeah, I guess you could use canola too because it's a machine. It was designed to be a machine oil originally. But that's cool, man. Yeah, I hear that. Corn oil, canola oil, that's about all I would ever use. I don't even cook with those oils. No way. Yeah. I don't cook with a lot of those other oils. They're dangerous though, man. Really, really dangerous. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Whatever is the cheapest. I know, right? That's what it's all about. Whatever is the cheapest. Yeah, man. Whatever is the cheapest. Yep. Cereals too, man. Cereals, corn flakes, frosted flakes. What else? Cinnamon toast crunch. A lot of these particular food, fruity pebbles. Let me see here. Dig 'em smacks. What's that one? I can't get enough of. Oh yeah. What's that one? I can't get enough of my something like that. Cookie crisps. John says it's on the chain a millisecond. Okay. Yeah, millisecond. Oh yeah, it's on the chain a millisecond. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice though, man. I know it's cutting like butter right now, man. Keeping that chain nice and lubed up. Cause that bar chain oil is expensive, man. Yep, I do got a chainsaw, man. I changed the blade on that thing, man. Yep, chainsaw. Yep, yep. But yeah, man. So that's the thing about it, though, man. These particular cereals, all the junk is in the middle of the supermarket. The healthier stuff is on the outer realm. John says, I don't eat any of that crap. I haven't ate out in a long time. When you a farmer, John, you don't have to eat out, man. That's a beautiful thing. And even if you're not a farmer, you don't have to eat out. But it's just something about having access to fresh eggs and milk and dairy and cheese. John don't buy cheese. He makes cheese. You know, he makes yogurt. Curd and whey. You know, curd and whey. I can see a place right now called Curd and Whey. Curd and whey. That's a beautiful thing, John. Waking up in the morning, going out to the chicken coop, picking out some eggs. Beautiful thing. John says, I go to Aldi's. There isn't a large section of junk food to entice you. That is true. Yeah, Aldi's don't have a huge they got a little section of little junk, but it's not like the major supermarkets. Because the major ones, but Aldi's is a lot cheaper, man. Aldi's saved my life. when it come down to buying stuff. They got a little organic section too. For the German supermarket though, man, they've been banging with the big boys, man. Save-A-Lots, I think they're gone though. Save-A-Lots, yeah, it's all Aldi now, man. It used to be Save-A-Lot and Aldi's, but now it's Aldi's. In Canada, they got Food Basics, but they went out of business. Food Basics is not even around anymore. Food Basics, which is Food Basics used to be, I believe it was like a offshoot of A&P. John says them damn chickens aren't laying like they should. I have to give some soup talk. I know. Oh man, and I was wondering about that though. Now, John, what's the deal with the eggs? Why aren't the chickens? I have heard of this before. Do the chickens gotta be feeling really good, or what's the deal? Are they feeling stressed out and things like that, or because you ain't got no weasels or nothing like that up in there, do you? Chicken hawks, weasels, other type of predators where they could be afraid to lay eggs. Even animals get stressed. Maybe you should put some relaxing music in there. It's just been real cold. Yeah, I know. Do you have space heaters in there in the chicken coop? Like space heaters? Yeah, because I would have to put some space heaters in those chicken coops. Space heaters and stuff like that. Allowing them to heat up, keeping them nice and warm with a little classical music, you know, a little James Brown for the chickens. Oh man, yeah, that is something else. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but yeah, you raised a good point about it. Yeah, I wonder if Sherry having any problems. I wonder, does she have any chickens? Yeah, John says no. If it is draft free, they are fine. Okay, 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 right. So a space heater wouldn't be a good idea for the chickens, because you get worried about those chickens out there in that cold weather. Yep, in that cold weather. You have the little chickens, little chickadees. Mm-hmm. I wonder if Sherry have any problem. Does she sell? Does she have like chickens? I wonder. I know she have the livestock, the other livestock. I'm not for sure if she have the chickens or not. Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of neat that y'all just let the chickens roam out there though too. But John, you let your chickens roam outside of the chicken coop, or yeah, do you let them roam? Yeah, John says I'll be afraid if it would catch the coop on fire. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so let me ask you this though, John. For us with the chickens, I know you let your chickens roam. Do you worry about the chicken hawks or any other predators? John says mine don't roam. There'll be fox food. I know, right? Yeah, because you got a fox, you have weasels, you have chicken hawks, you got some predators out there. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, the fox would be always hanging around though, man. If he could steal a nice fat chicken, man, it'd be all good. What is this? Foghorn, Leghorn, The Camptown race go how you go? The Camptown lady sings a song, doo dah, doo dah. Man, that Foghorn, Leghorn, Looney Tunes. Yeah, I used to love watching Looney Tunes, man. Foghorn Leghorn was one of my favorites. That was my grandmother's favorite too. You know, yeah, the rooster. I say there, boy. I say there, son. Oh man, they had a dog. Hey, dog, come here, dog. Oh yeah, man, John. That was the greatest, man. That was some good stuff, man. That was good times. Yeah, I learned a lot about the farm just by watching Foghorn Leghorn, man. Ah, man. But so let me ask you this though. The silo. So John, you have a silo where you keep a lot of your grains in the silo, right? Yeah, John says, I gave them greens from the greenhouse, a large mix of different whole grains, source creams, and split food leftovers between them and the dog. Oh, that's great. Um, they eat well. That's cool. Okay, because you're not really producing grains like that to have a silo, right? Okay. Yeah, yeah, because I see the farms that have the big silos and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool though, man. Yeah, just something about being out there in the countryside. Yeah, I only bale hay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Well, it seems like your animals are, your animals for the most part of it are pretty happy though, and things. So the cows and calves and other stuff and sheep, you know. Yeah, I know Sherry got her sheep. I ain't even heard from Sherry lately either. I hope her phone is okay again. She said her phone was messed up. Yeah, yeah, she loved her sheep, you know, and love her A2 cows, A2 cows, A2. Yeah, yeah, this would be a perfect conversation, man, where I can have my sound effect of that cow mooing. Yeah, it's amazing too that she can able to understand what the cow is saying, with the different type of moo tones, Yeah, yeah, it's amazing though, man. And I always thought the cows used to always say, "Move," like move out of my way. That's another cow joke. Oh man, yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, yeah, these non-GMO society, picturing that, and if we didn't have big pharma controlling everything, or the military industrial complex, we would be on another whole level right now. They have destroyed a lot of people, man, with the stuff that they've been allowed to do, which is look like it's coming to an end now. And they're on their last leg before it's about to be checkmate. Because for the most part of it, the Democrat Dems right now, man, they're looking like worse than the stuff is. Very, very bad. But yeah, John, did you see how Maxine Wicked West Waters they led a they led a they tried to do some type of petition, and there we go. Okay, it's back. So yeah, John. So you watched that with Maxine Wicked West Waters. Who are you? Get out of the way. Show me some ID. Who the hell are you? We coming in. This is a travesty, I said. We coming in. John, I dealt with that all my young life, man. With that type of mentality, man. My grandmother was worse than Maxine Waters, to be honest. I had to deal with the wrath of an older black woman. You know what I'm saying? John says he's the guy that didn't let him in. I know, right? You see the look on his face, man. I would hate, John. I would hate to have to do that job. I would hate to have to do that job, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the security guy up there, man. He was dressed in plain clothes too. When I first saw him, I didn't know who the hell he was, but he was standing right there out there in the front of the door. It's like, could they like lock the door? Could he? I mean, John says HR loved every minute. I know, right? Oh man, oh man, yeah. It was it. I wonder was the doors locked though, John. I mean, I would have locked the doors and I would have been on the inside. Because they were acting like they were gonna try to come through that guy, talking about we're gonna come up in there. I think not. I think not. It was so funny and hilarious though. They keep showing that highlight. I watched it, John. I was cracking up. Yeah, show me that ID again. Oh man, John says he won the internet for the week. I know he probably broke the internet instead of winning it, because that with Maxine Wicked West Waters, man, that was funny as heck, man. I mean, what would they think that they were gonna do? I mean, they're over here trying to demand to see Elon. I heard some of us even begging Elon, please, Elon, we need our money. That ain't your money. That it's the taxpayers' money. That is not your money. But you see how entitled the Democrats are, man, with this? This checkmate for them. They gotta know by now though, John, it's really checkmate, man. They have ran amok for far too long, man. And now it's time for retribution, man. And the people are going to get it because we're tired of these bureaucracies such as the Dems right now that have been ripping the American people off. And this is the reason why. They stand for this GMO stuff too that we're talking about. They stand for all this type of stuff. They stand with Big Pharma. They stand with the military industrial complex. They stand for factory farming. They stand for sickness, illness, and disease. They did not do one press conference on any of these things that I'm talking about. You ain't heard nothing from them. Not even a peep about a press conference talking about GMOs are one of the leading causes to sickness, illness, and disease. They did not make that claimant at all. They didn't claim that. They didn't make that statement. John says they aren't they aren't entitled. They're scared. Yeah, you're right. They are scared because this is big. And they was even saying how George Soros was getting money from the USAID fund as well. George Soros was getting money, and I believe that when he took that, he bought those radio networks, radio stations. George Soros, that money, I think they said that money came out of the USAID fund in order for George Soros to buy those radio networks, the radio stations, 200 of them to be exact. I believe that money came out of that, because we thought George Soros was funding on his out of his own money. No, he was being funded by the USAID. So it makes a lot of sense. So this is big. So I'm sure George Soros is not going to put his own money up. You know what I'm saying? But now they don't have access to the taxpayers, have access to the funding anymore, which is us. Yeah, this is major, man. Yeah, John says we were still sending 40 million a month to Taliban, a listed terrorist group. Yeah, Taliban, Hezbollah, Al Qaeda, all these groups, all these state-funded groups were funded out that same fund, and they finding that out is a correlation, and it goes back to the Obamas and things like that. So this is a state-funded event. Same thing in Ukraine and things like that. They even lied, John. They even lied to say how North Korea is fighting against the Taliban. I mean, I'm sorry, fighting against Ukraine with Russia, and that's not even true at all. There's no North Korean troops that have ever stepped foot, no boots from North Korea step foot on Ukrainian soil. And that's another lie. But they use that lie. They use these celebrities. Look at Ben Stiller. Look at John Claude Van Damme. I used to like John Claude Van Damme, man. You know what I'm saying? They use these celebrities, Angelina Jolie and Michael Bloom. They use these guys, man. These ain't nothing but puppets of this whole thing. It's a scam and a sham. They all got paid. I think Angelina Jolie, she got like what, 20 mil? Yeah, 20 million out of the U.S. AID fund as well. They pay celebrities. They pay these what is it? Not just political, Associated Press. That's another one. Disney Plus. We talked about. We talked about a lot of these particular agencies, man. these rags, these Democratic liberal rags, Reuters, I think too as well. They've been floating money to these people to spit out propaganda to keep the people believing as to what they have to say is supposed to be truth, which has been a lie the whole time. I truly believe, and I said this again, I'm going to say it again. The Democrats are pretty much toast. They're done. I don't see them ever winning a major election anymore. This is how bad their credibility is. It is totally shot to hell. And the American people now, Trump been red pilling the American society here in America. And he's been doing a great job of it. A lot of people now are red pilled. They really are. A lot of people. It ain't so much blue pill anymore. Red pilled for the Republican Party. Red pilled. Because even a lot of liberals got to say, you got to be a moderate in saying the same thing. Like, wow, this is the stuff. They've been taking our taxpayers, they've been taking our money to fund their own little personal escapade. There's no reason in the world. Maxine Waters, she should have been retired, but she's so corrupt and so evil. And then she don't do anything. She's just a representative in California paid to do shit. Seriously. John says, unfortunately, I said the same in 2016. So we will see. People are fickle. Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith in people. And remember, I was saying this before, because the people are the problem when it comes down to corruption, because they get complacent. They're busy with their own affairs. You have to stay on this type of stuff, because Trump can get rid of it, but Benjamin Franklin had that good point, as he said, and without that, I mean, there's something, if you can keep it, freedom, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, if the American people can keep it. We have a longer reign of tyranny in America than we actually had of freedom. Go figure that. Go figure that. How long have we actually truly had liberty, justice, and the pursuit of happiness in America as a true republic? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because if we really think about it, McKinney had a problem in his day. Same thing with Andrew Jackson in his day. There's people that have Abraham Lincoln. So we haven't really had a smooth, like a long transition of, far as freedom in this country. We'll have like segments, what is it? Maybe 40 years of it, something happens. Then we may have like another 20 years, something happens, because they are always trying to get control of our monetary banking system. So they can control politicians, they can control the military, they can control communications, they can control the airways, which is communications, they can control the food, they control the transportation, right? They control all of the major things that are going on right now, all of the major things. So where does that leave the American people if they don't educate themselves and allow themselves to stop the tyranny? Trump wouldn't have been able to pull this stuff off if he didn't have the support of the American people. Trump knew he had to have support of the American people. Now that a lot of people have been red pilled, they're okay with with his agendas because we voted on it. He showed us, with the 20 bullet points, Agenda 47. He showed us what he was going to do. We gave him a mandate, Trump. And it's good to actually see a president that is carrying out his promises as promised. Well, we weren't in doubt about that because we seen Trump get down back in 2016. They was talking crap then, but it's much worse now because Trump has he has the people, which is us. The Democrats, as you know, John, they don't have the people. They don't have the support of the people. And now that they're faced with opposition for the first time, they are scared, discombobulated, no real leadership in the Democratic Party. It's like a chicken with his head cut off. Everybody is scattered. They don't have a system. They still are on the same what is it, on the same like searching for Moby Dick. They're on this type of thing though. They're gonna die on this hill though too. Because the only thing they can do right now, they're attacking Elon. They're attacking Trump, but they're attacking Elon. Everything is Elon's fault. Elon. It's something else. John says there's been a lot of crooked Dems back in the news. Yep, Debbie Weiserman. Yep, Schwartz, Maxine Waters. Oh yeah, Maxine Waters. And now what's the other one? Remember Diane Feinstein? You know, I know she passed away, but she was crooked too. Diane Feinstein. You know, she was crooked as well too. A lot of them, like you said, were crooked on the Democrat side. There's a lot of them, man. And I'm glad that Trump it finally has exposed because the deep state is out front and center. And when Elon started to discover as he go deep down this rabbit hole, and we know the rabbit hole of the deep state is deep, because do you think that we will ever get to the controllers, the architects? Because right now we're still dealing with the pawns. But once we get past the pawns and get to the king and checkmate the king, now that right there, John, is going to be something though. You know, if you ever played chess, if we can ever get to the king, and that's what has to happen, we have to checkmate the king. The king has to be checkmated. John says Maxine hasn't said a word since Sam Bankman Fried, yep, was put in jail. Yeah, Sam Bankman Fried was funding. I mean, this guy did a whole scam. They knew it then. They knew Sam Bankman Fried. He was running a scam. They knew it in house with the Democratic Party. Sam Bankman Fried paid out more, I believe. He paid out a lot of money to the Dems on their campaign thing and all this other stuff, besides George Soros. But yeah, Sam Bankman Fried, he's sitting over there in the prison where Diddy is, over there in New York. I mean, this guy right here, Sam Bankman Fried. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. You know, this guy, this clown. You know, but that's how they do it, as you know. They love to support criminals. You know, what about the days of Bernie Madoff? You know, Bernie. Bernie Madoff. He made off with a lot of money, though. The days of Bernie Madoff. He ran that Ponzi scheme for a long time, though, too, you know. A lot of big people, a lot of big names. Old money out of France got fucked over on that deal. You know, I think they killed his son, too. Didn't they take his son? Yeah, I think they took his son, man. Yeah. John says he was laundering Ukraine war money back to the Dems, though his crypto bank. But I mean, that's what I'm saying, though, John. We're saying the same thing because Sam Bankman Fried was already on the inside with the Dems, man. Um, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They try to make this guy, oh, yeah, he was such a guru, smart dude, and all this other stuff. You know, when you're on the inside, man, you know, when you have access to things, and life appears to be a lot simpler and easier once you're on the inside, though, you know? These are nothing but criminals, man. True and true. These are criminals, man. These are nothing but criminals, man. And it's sad, though, man, that we have to resort to this type of a nonsense, man. But the people are red pilled. They were in doubt before, and now that the USAID fund, and we're going to find out other funds too, because I know the USAID is just one major one, funding and feeding the Democrats off of our money. You know, that's the thing about it, though, you know. And I'm sure we're going to start seeing some accountability because when he started hunting the perpetrators, now that the evidence is being manifested, there's going to be a hunt. They're going to be hunted now. We're going to start seeing, I'm seeing it now, but it's pretty obvious that that's what's going to happen, though. That's why we're seeing stuff about Nancy Pelosi and what's her, Liv Cheney and them. Yeah, they're going to be, and Anthony Fauci. because like you said, they're going to get them at the state level. Federal level, yeah, you pardon on the Fed level, but at the state level, and they got enough criminating evidence to get Fauci already, I do believe, on the state level. So Liz Cheney at the state level, they're going to get her. Nancy didn't get the pardon, but they can go after her federally or at the state, and Trump going to get her federally. They're gonna get her. Maxine Waters is going. I mean, they're gonna get. They're gonna get these people. They're gonna get these people. She got to be nervous though. Maxine Waters should have been stepped down. She don't do nothing for nobody. Live in a $4.3 million home, gated community out there in California. She don't do ish for no one and nobody. John says he lied publicly, testifying to Congress. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Anthony Fauci lied publicly, testifying to Congress. But like it is, we're going to get his ass on the state level. We're going to get him. He's going to get him. He don't have nowhere to hide. He don't have no protection anymore. Biden, you already heard about Joe Biden, though. Trump has nullified his, he don't have access to what goes on in the White House no more. Just like how Joe Biden did Trump, guess what? He said because of his mental decline, he should not have access to any of the what goes on, in Congress. I mean, as far as in having clearances and things like that, having access to the military intel information. All that stuff has been revoked, as it should. No more security clearances. Exactly. Exactly. So we don't have to worry about Biden anymore now that that has been taken away from him. So I see what Trump is really doing. Trump is he ain't going straight into the kill yet. He's doing exactly what Trump should be doing. He's tying up, crippling them, like you said, with the security clearances. He's taking their eyes and ears away first. That's how you deal with an enemy of the state. You have to take away their clearances, their security clearances. And then also you go after their money. You cut their money after you take care of their clearances. This is why the Dems right now, they are in major trouble, major panic. They really did not see this day coming, John. And it is hilarious and funny what Trump is doing to them already. I can see it, man. I see the play game, man. It's like, we just ain't going to arrest these guys yet. I want the people, Trump is doing this. I want the people to be aware as to this is what is going on. And we have a crooked rogue party that have been robbing the people, right? Doing these forever wars. Big pharma, as well as the non-GMOs and all the rest of this. Military industrial complex, prison industrial complex, all these things that the people are seeing now. They're seeing this. There's no denying it. There's no trying to play it off. And how they've been stealing money and putting it into these NGOs. Everything is on the table, John. It's just hilarious, man. Soon we're going to start seeing accountability where people are going to be arrested. And once they're arrested, John, they're going to be flown out. I wonder how they're going to send them. I can see some of them because I think Guantanamo Bay, they may be filled up over there by now with a lot of these political criminals and things like that. They may take them over there to El Salvador. They got a brand new prison over there. They just got, built. I mean, for what they charge in America to house our political criminals as well as our illegal criminals, I think that's a very good deal. They're not charging us a whole lot in El Salvador. I'm sure the taxpayers wouldn't mind paying for that, because I want to see them. I wonder, do they even give them yellow jumpsuits or orange jumpsuits? Probably not. I think El Salvador got something totally different. John says, whoever came up with the auditing, the agencies will, okay, the agencies they are auditing is a genius. Yeah, exactly. Now, they are in sleazy warrants, CFPT offices, sleazy warrants. Yes, now they are in sleazy warrants. Oh, yeah, sleazy warrants. CFP. You may have to break that down for me a little bit, John. Though I know with some of the acronyms. Okay, Elizabeth Warren. Okay, got you. That's what I sleazy. I got you. Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, still early, man. I haven't had my coffee yet, believe it or not. But yeah, but you raised a good point about that, though, man. Cause sleazy Warren for Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, I see her going down. You know what, John? If we were to do a free wager, who do you think that Trump is going to go after first when they put in the silver bracelets? Do you think it's going to be Anthony Fauci or Elizabeth Warren? Between those two, who do you think is going to be on the chop block first? I would say Anthony Fauci. He's going to get him first before Elizabeth Warren. Who do you think, though? Liv Cheney would probably be the second before Elizabeth Warren. I would say Trump would go after Fauci first, and then he'll go after Liv Cheney. That'd be the second on the chop block, though, because she was the one with her father, Dick Cheney, Halliburton, hold the largest military contract, war hawking with a lot of these forever wars that they started, destabilized the Middle East with all these wars. They've been doing this stuff since 9/11 and all this type of stuff. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, they've been doing all this stuff, man. They've been over here. There's a lot of dirt that they have done. I still got friends, John, that still don't believe fat meat is greasy. I still got friends that don't believe it. They don't believe it at all, though, man. They don't believe it. So that's the thing about it. But yeah, but other than that, though, man, yeah, we just, over here talking about it. Um, Whoever sent the two assassins after him, yeah, right. Yeah, the two that sent the assassins. If let me see here. If I were to guess, who sent the two assassins? I don't think it was Joe Biden for him personally, because Joe Biden, he still ain't all the way there. Um, who you think? Obama? You think Obama could have sent the assassins? Or do you think it was like a collaborative joint effort? You think besides Obama, or is it just Obama? What you think? I want to say, if I were to guess, I want to say Obama. You know, I'm saying allegedly. Until it's been proven. They ain't even worried about my little channel, man. Though even though we talk about some good stuff. John says someone in the intelligence agency. Yeah, I can see that. Who in the intelligence agency? Chris Wray. He was over the FBI though at the time before he got let go. Could it be somebody over Ray? Yeah, 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 yeah. Brennan. Yeah, Obama, Brennan. Yeah, all the people you naming right now. McCabe. Yeah, etc. Yeah, yeah, you make a good point about that. I mean, they all crooked, but it could be either one of them. Um, see, Brennan was was he CIA? I think he was. Yeah, he went. Got fired, stripped his clearance. Shit, they even took down the whole seventh floor up there. Purging the CIA right now. and things like that. But it was stopped with the federal judge and put a halt to it right now, right? But with the buyouts and stuff like that. But yeah, man. I mean, it could have been. But I'm sure Trump know. Do you think Trump knows who was behind his attempt assassination? Yep. Do you believe or do you think? I'm just saying though. I think that Trump definitely knows who's behind it now. I don't think he really knew who was behind his attempt assassinations before, but now that he's the president, he always been the president, but he's the president. He has access to all the clearances now. He has the intel. I think this is why he can show up confidently now at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Yeah, John says, I imagine he will. Yeah, if he doesn't, he would definitely get down to the bottom of it. Elon is on the case, though, deciphering, breaking code, finding out where this money is at. Elon is amazing, isn't he? I mean, this guy is one of the smartest men on the planet, man. He's like our modern day Tony Stark, man. He's the modern day Tony Stark. This guy is worth like half of a trillion, halfway to $1 trillion. He'll be a trillionaire very soon. I mean, and he's doing all this free. I mean, the Democrats screaming about this guy ain't robbing nobody's money. This guy is he has more money than all of them put together. This guy, Elon, is truly, truly amazing. This guy here, it's amazing how smart this guy is, man. I mean, I'm just in wow and awe. I always love intelligence, man. People that are very, very smart. And Elon, I mean, one of the smartest nerd kind of guy, man. Very intelligent. John says they said he was sleeping at the USA when they were auditing them. Yeah, I heard about that though, John. Yeah, I heard about that though, that he was sleeping over there. Elon put in a lot of hours. They said this guy works like 18 hours, man. I do about 12 hours driving Uber, man. This guy put in 18 hours a day. 18 hours. Who do you know works like that? That's why this guy make the big bucks. He don't even go home. No, he don't even go home. And Elon enjoy this stuff. Elon say he never worked a day in his life because this ain't work for him. And he's doing it. He's really he's been deputized as a government official. We may as well people may as well get used to it. Elon is a government official that is doing this for free. Us as taxpayers are not even paying Elon. No way in the world Elon would accept any money because it would kill him in the taxes. He don't have to do it. Elon is doing this for free. That's the thing about it though, man. Elon is doing this for free. This is a free public servant that is looking out for the American taxpayer. Elon, finding all kind of stuff. Trump is he's masterful when it comes down to leadership, organization, finding the right people. And when we're talking, and all these people are merit-based people. Not one of them is DEI. Do you think that DEI hires would have been as good as Elon going in there and looking at the books and doing all this stuff? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That shows you a credit right there to Elon. Yeah, John says he runs on what's that? Timothy's, Pizza Rolls, and Red Bull. Uh, yeah, I know about the pizza roll. I love pizza rolls, man. As a kid, they used to taste better back then than now. They don't taste like crap. They taste like crap now. And I stay away from Red Bull but I understand though, for him having to work as much as Elon works, you ain't got time to be able to eat a decent meal. I want RFK, and I know he will talk to Elon and get that diet right. Cause Elon can't be eating like no damn teenager, man. Chicken tenders, yeah, he can't be. I like chicken tenders, but I can't eat that processed crap every day, man. You know, I love me some good chicken tenders, man, but we can't eat that every day. Elon getting too much money, man. He should be over there eating like real quality food. Come on, Elon. Come on, man. You got to be eating better than this. We already talking about the GMOs, man. I'm not telling you something you don't already know. Come on, Elon. We got to do better, man. I know he working 18 hours though, man. We want Elon to be around for a long time, man. Because when you're in your 50s, we're in our 50s, man. We can't be messing around, man. We cannot be messing around, you know? No. But yeah, man, I think that Elon and Trump, that's the troll diet. I know, right? Yeah, the troll diet, you know? Yeah, I know Elon got it better. I know he got it together, man. But yeah, man, it's funny though, cause he's sleeping over there at the USADI building and things. Maxine and them trying to come up. We gonna talk to Elon. We gonna take the fight to the street. And then you heard about Al Green, man, the Congressman Al Green. Love and happiness. Love and happiness. Love and happiness. Yeah. It make me want to do wrong. Al Green. I can't even keep that. And that was before my time, man. That's my mother's generation. Al Green. It's just every time I hear the name Al Green, I automatically think about the R&B singer, man. Al Green. Yeah, Maxine, Maxine Wicked West Waters just wanted Elon's, yeah, tenders, right? Oh yeah, want those tenders, those chicken tenders. I can see Maxine Waters eating chicken tenders, fish sticks. You know, that's what older people like. They love them fish sticks, don't they? I like a good fish stick when it's right. Yeah, I can see Maxine Wicked West Waters right now over there enjoying her chicken tenders and her fish sticks. Yeah, Maxine, boy, Maxine, she remind me of like my grandmother, man. Same, you know, when you get older though, you get snarly, you get bitter, you know, they don't cut my money off. I'm done in my first. John says nothing like some fish dicks. I know, right? That's really what they are. John, I never thought about that. John, you messed me up, man. Leave my fish sticks alone, man. I still call them the fish sticks. I'm not calling them no fish dicks. Oh, man, John, you done messed me up. You done messed me up. Got that minced fish on there, processed up the wazoo. You know, Gordon's Fisherman. Yeah, and that's the thing about it. You can't go in no restaurant talking about I want to order some fish sticks. They got the, you know what I'm saying? No restaurant sell fish sticks. Don't you find that interesting though? They have those, what is those mozzarella cheese sticks, but you don't have no fish sticks. Cheese sticks. I don't even eat cheese sticks no more. And since I was a kid, I don't even eat that crap no more. But you got mozzarella sticks, you know. You find those in a restaurant, but they're not selling fish sticks up in there. Yeah, you don't see them selling no fish sticks. Nope, not at all. Calls me, man, you got any fish sticks? Oh man, can you imagine that? Oh man, ordering in a restaurant. Yeah, I like to order the fish sticks and tartar sauce on the side, you know. Yeah, and then I like to order a lemonade, you know, fish sticks. Oh man, you messed me up with that one, John. Yeah, you messed me up with that. Yeah, man, but as this stuff unfolds, though, John, it's this, like you said, it's entertainment. Man, Skip, you know what, John? If you ain't into politics right by now, with the drama that's being unveiled, you know, being revealed to us right now, is being revealed and unraveled. This is better than watching any espionage movie. It's like stuff that we have watched. I mean, James Bond and Mission Impossible, all this stuff rolled in. A Man from Uncle, all this stuff rolled in together, man. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? This is like, you don't get no better. This is a modern day movie that we're watching right now, you know. And the Democrats are front and center. Damn good. Yeah, I know, right? TV. It is damn good TV, man. I've been on this political. I'm a political junkie. I guess I'm officially am because I've been on this since Trump, man. I mean, it's like, man, this guy here, Trump itself. Trump been trolling them. I love how he's been trolling the media. Trump got the media like you know, they're like little bitches to him though. Really, he Trump has the media so. I mean, he controlled them so much. Trump can go viral every time now. He went viral with the meeting of the Japanese prime minister over there. Can't think of his name right now. But what do you think about that joint deal? Because I know originally he wanted to buy, what was it, U.S. Steel or whatever. But yeah, he just said well, it'd be better just to invest in it and things as opposed to just allowing Japan to buy it. You know, yeah, I can see Trump. We can't allow that, and no disrespect to Japan, but yeah, we got enough foreign influences. We got to keep our intellectual. We got to keep our stuff over here. John says NBC and Washington Post were kicked out of the Pentagon newsroom. Exactly. John, we are seeing it, John. We are seeing it. It's being revealed. When have we ever in the history, right? As long as we've been around, who has a permanent seat in the Pentagon newsroom? NBC, Washington Post, right? They have all, some of these guys got a permanent seat in there. You know, I can't get no seat in there, man. I couldn't get no seat in there. Even if I had millions of subscribers, I can't get no seat in there. Are you kidding me? They ain't gonna let my behind go up in there in the Washington. I mean, like the Washington Post used to in the Pentagon newsroom. John, can you imagine if I made it to the Pentagon newsroom? You know, who has access to the Pentagon newsroom? I sure in hell don't have access to it. You know, I could get access to the White House newsroom. I have a better chance now because we have. There's a lot of things like Trump that what's her name? Caroline said that she was going to be doing to allow more social media stuff. Because I got to apply for my credentials eventually. I am going to do that. You know, can you imagine boots on the ground? You know, John says you'll be high for looting. Yeah, high for looting. Yeah, I will be high for looting, you know. I'll be high for looting, man, trying to get up in there, man. That would be, if I was able to get in there, that would be, yeah. If I was able to get up in there, but I mean, I ain't got to go up in the Pentagon newsroom, man. I just let the other people handle that. That's way out of my expertise, man, you know. Because I would be saying nothing no different than anybody else, you know. Nobody come on my channel talking about the latest update from the Pentagon, you know. I don't even give news, breaking news. I don't even do breaking news, you know, let alone, yeah, can you imagine some random guy news? It doesn't even sound right, man. You know, there's some random, who is the, you know, talking about, yeah, I heard it from some random guy, you know. I mean, you got what's her name, Insurrection Barbie, you know. I guess her name won't sound. Her name sound more outlandish than mine. Insurrection Barbie, which I do subscribe to her news feed, you know. Yeah, and there's a few others, but I subscribe to her, you know. Oh man, oh man, on X, on yeah Twitter X, yeah she's on there, you know. Insurrection Barbie. Yeah. But yeah, man. Well, what do you? Well, Pam. Now that we have, because she's been certified, Pam Blondie Bondi. You know, I love calling her Blondie because she's blonde. Beautiful woman. Yeah, Pam Blondie Bondi. You know, she's been certified. She's going. She says she's going after. You know, she's going after these people. You know, going after What is she? She's going after the people that are standing in the way of these illegals. and there's gonna be some locking up. These people that keep tipping these people off about where ICE is coming. I done heard that in Chinese they have got people speaking in Chinese and stuff like that, um, saying that alerting people when ICE is coming. All this stuff is you. I mean, the way that they are doing this type of stuff, man, the Democrats are looking real bad, man. You got to, and unfortunately, man, I got relatives and friends that still rah rah for the Democratic Party, man. Now, I'm not trying to. I mean, we way past. We're not in the trying to convince anybody no more. Like I tell them, as more start to be revealed about your party, and when you start to say, "Oh, Tony was right," the voters were right. They were right. They understood some things that a lot of these other, because really the Democratic Party, though, John, they are really a cult. Because in order for them to be a cult, they are a minority group. They don't have the people, they don't have the support of the people, which makes them a cult. So we got cultish people, and a lot of them troll on the internet. They get online, but they don't really have, they don't have a, what is it? They don't have power when it comes down to the people. When you don't have the people, you don't have nothing. And that's why it's funny, because me and you can laugh about the Democrats. I don't take that stuff, Maxine Wicked West Waters and the rest of them, Al Green and all the rest of them, Jasmine Hood, Rat Crockett and all the rest of them. I don't look at those. I look at them as a joke. They're nothing to be feared. They don't have. When you hear them speak, it's irritating because they're not saying nothing. They never. They had an opportunity to do the right thing by the American people. They failed to not deliver. They haven't held no press conferences about all of the stuff that has been going on right now. You never heard them rah rah against the Federal Reserve, the IRS, as Trump did. They never done that. They never done that. John says, after all the fault we've seen, you got to be a cult member to keep believing in them. Absolutely. And that's what they do. They have cult members. Even in the Democratic Party, let's just go and talk about it, right? If I was a Democrat right now, which is a bad word to me, I can't even fathom myself being a Democrat. But let's just hypothetically say that if I was a Democrat, I would have to go along with the agenda. You notice with all of them, they all have the same narrative. Trump is a bad on democracy, right? He's a threat to democracy. Called him Hitler, right? Same old stuff, right? Oh, yeah, the funding, you're hurting the people that really need the aid for foreign aid. They're telling you in so many words that we care more about the world politics and what and going on over there than in America. I never heard a Democrat ever give a press conference about America first. But with Trump, I heard press conferences about America first. Trump won his whole campaign election off of America first, make America great. We're going to seal the border. We're going to remove all the illegal criminals out of America, right? We're going to be drill, baby, drill, right? We're going to go after transgender ideologies, critical race theory, right? Everybody was on board with that. He's the one that got stopped Roe v. versus Wade, right? Came up with a better solution. Trump done all this stuff. This is his stuff that he won on the campaign. Press conferences, everything. Trump has been transparent from day one, since 2016. He's been transparent and he's kept his promises on a lot of his agendas. And the ones he wasn't able to do because he ran out of time. Now he's going in like a ninja, pew, 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 with the blow darts and all this other stuff, taking out adversaries, and everything, shutting their organizations down and everything. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. John says, sorry, Flint, Michigan You don't need clean water as bad as Afghanistan needs transgender training. Exactly, though, John. Thank you for raising up that. That's a great point. Because if the Democrats really cared, and they would have done something about the Flint water crisis and opening up that lead thing. Now, we had a Republican governor at the time. His name was Rick Snyder. And like I said, this is before, wait a minute, was that, wait a minute, that was, yeah, that had to be, that was before Trump. But with the Flint water crisis and the rhino, and we had the Uniparty, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm quite certain that Rick Snyder was a rhino, you know what I'm saying? And we already know how we feel about rhinos. I call them Democrats 2.0, you know? So, you know, that's the thing about it, though. They're not real Republicans anyway. But going back to it, man, the Democrats, they are a cult. They are anti-American. They believe in war. They believe in the IRS. They believe in the central bank, which is the Federal Reserve. They believe in lobbyists. They believe in, let me see, what else? They believe in GMOs, as I was talking about earlier. They believe in what else? It's a lot of other stuff. They believe in taking care of everybody else. They believe in open borders, right? They don't like borders. They like open borders. They believe that every foreigner should have a right to be a U.S. citizen, and they should be taken care of off of U.S. taxpayer money. So you try to make all this make sense. This is, if I was a Democrat, that would mean that I would have to believe in all this. Also, transgender. I have to love the fact that men and women, I have to believe in multiple genders. I have to be on board with that. Or what else I have to be on board with? I have to be on board with men being in women's sports, men knocking the hell out of women. I got to be on board with that. Just like with the Olympics, I'm supposed to be on board with that. If I have one criticism about all of their policies of what the Democrats stand for, you know what would it result in? I would be kicked out of the party. This is a fact. The Democrats do not believe in open dialogue, conversation, or debates. They do. The way that the Democrats handle a debate is they get emotional. Their emotion is supposed to over or drown out logic and common sense, which is foolish. They have nothing but. That's why we saw Maxine Wicked West Waters. What was she doing? Emotionally charged and upset. You better get out of the way. You know, who are you? It's all emotion. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Tell Elon Musk we ain't got to go. All this other stuff, you know. They hold these, they love protesting and they love getting the people emotional. You know, Republicans, when we do a protest, we don't be all out there. We may have the signs. I mean, we're still communicating with people. If people ask questions, we will answer them. But when you go to a Democrat, you ask them why you're doing this. Get what you mean? You sound like a MAGA. Get the hell out of here. They don't like to engage in conversation as a Democrat. You know, low IQ, you know, as well. There's a lot of things, though, you know. Hold that thought for a minute. Hold that thought. I got a visitor. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, one of my friends showed up. John says I was waiting for it to go on, and see Maxine wig go flying like on Maury Protovich. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I've been dealing. Like I said, I grew up in the black community, obviously, and I have a grandmother. Actually, was worse than she was, and things. Maxine Wicked West Waters should have been. She really should have retired a long time ago. I mean, damn, she's on the break of. I mean, how would you be? How would you feel being arrested as a grown, old ass woman? I mean, it's just gonna look bad. It's bad, man. I would just say, damn, get out while you can, Maxine. You don't want to be sitting over there in Guantanamo, over there in Guantanamo Bay. You too old for that. You ain't about that life. You know, 50-year-old would look better than a person at her age. What is she like, 80 some odd years old? Is she older than Nancy Pelosi? Come on, Maxine, sit your behind down. John says she must have done all right. You turned out good. Yeah. Yeah, my grandmother's a good person. I'm not saying it's just when she had moments, and I miss it too because I'm used to that type. I'm used to that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When I see Maxine Wicked West Waters, I see like my grandmother. But at the same time, all I'm saying is that it's that she chose the dark side. She lived in a 4.5 million dollar home, gated community. Maxine would never. How much more money do you need, Maxine, off of the taxpayers' money? There's consequences. It's called theft. How can you have? She got children and stuff. You're supposed to be setting a better example, mom, dad. Where you get that? You didn't get all this. You didn't build this house off of being a politician. You got this money, a $4.3 million home. You didn't get this money off your own push. You like many of the Democrat politicians, y'all stole that money from a fund that was really designed to really help non-government agencies and other things. Come to find out, we really don't need a lot of these NGOs. We don't need them. We're trying to reduce government. And that's another thing I forgot to mention, John. The Democrat, I'm gonna start calling them Democrat cult members because they believe in big government. The Democrats said you got to have big government in order to sustain and be. They believe in everything in the kitchen sink. John says she wants Pelosi's money so she can live on gourmet ice cream. Yeah, she already got. You got a 4.5 or $3 million home. Maxine Waters have way more than what people have never. I never lived in a $4.3 million home, man. I don't even know what it's like to live in an extravagant home like that, gated community, right? Where you have butlers and maids and all this other stuff. I don't know what. I never grew up in that type of lifestyle. I never grew up with a silver spoon, and that's okay. But for somebody, Maxine, like many of these other politicians, we know that's stolen money from the taxpayers. Because I know we always known this. It didn't have to take Elon, which I'm glad, but we already knew that they were skimming. They were stealing money. We just didn't have the proof. But now that the proof is in the pudding, we see and know firsthand that they have been stealing this money to live this luxurious lifestyle, right? John says, yeah, but does she have two stainless freezers full of ice cream? She could though, John, because if you live in a $4.3 million home gated community, you can afford to have what is that Sub-Zero freezer? The commercial grade they call it, you remember the Sub-Zero freezer, right? The one with the two open doors, stainless steel, like they have at the restaurants, right? Living in a house like that, I couldn't imagine her having a regular Frigidaire or a whirlpool, you know. I couldn't, you can't, you got to have a Sub-Zero. If you ball it out like that, you got to have a couple of Sub-Zero freezer commercial grades up in there, you know. You ain't gonna have just no regular, No, I can't see that. Samsung, that cheap crap, low grade, mid grade stuff. No, you got to have the top of the line stuff. Top of the line. So yeah, man, it's just one of those type of things. One of those type of things, though. Yeah, John says, I just got the little white hot point, right, on sale for $159. Oh, that's really nice though, man. $159 for a hot point. That's not bad at all though, man. I bet you she don't have a hot point. I bet you she have a Sub-Zero up in there. You know what I'm saying? I bet you she ain't got no hot point. She ain't got no Frigidaire or any of those no great. She ain't got that. No. Yep, that would be no. But yeah, man, that's what's going on with this thing, though, man. And if it sounds like I'm just singling out Maxine Wicked West Waters, I'm not, because she should have sat down a long time ago. She had opportunity, but I think she been in Congress ever since 1994, I do believe. Yeah, it's been a long time though. I think she have, I don't even call it served the community because she hasn't. She's been serving herself. I'm gonna say this: she's been serving herself since 1994. You know, so with all these phony, fake rallies and outcry for other Democrats, because that's what they're doing, is they're creating an outcry to get other people, trying to get Americans to sympathize with their fuckery and thievery that they've been doing against the American people. You know what I'm saying? Which is not going to work because most of the people now have been red pilled. They know that the Democrats don't have an agenda for nothing. The agenda is to allow us, tell Elon to stop so we can be able to have access to get more of that funding again. John says she just happened to be the last to flap her jaws. Yeah, she really is, because I haven't really heard from Maxine Wicked West Waters in a long time. And now that she's being boisterous because now the funding has been cut off. So now you're going to start hearing people. You ain't heard Al Green, the one that wanted to impeach Trump. I mean, the impeach him, let's even say if the impeachment went down, wasn't enough to get Trump out of the White House in 2016. 2019, when he actually done it. I think it was a second impeachment that they did, because he was a president that has been impeached at least twice. Talking about Trump. Now the third time, he's over here trying to organize a group of people once again to impeach Trump for the third time. So where are we going with this foolishness? Nowhere. Nowhere. We are not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because it's the same old stuff. If you notice, there's nothing no different, John, than what they've been doing in 2019. The same thing they've been doing in 2016, ever since Trump declared that he was going to run for president. It's nothing but been attacks, witch hunt, same old stuff. Democrats don't have no originality on nothing nowadays. John says, remember your last show, where my money? Where is my money? Exactly. Right? Maxine heard that and went to ask Elon the same thing. I know, where's my money? Where's my money? Yeah, I went on that. I even did a little short about it though, man. I only got maybe like one viewer. You would have figured by now that more people would have related to that though, man. It's like, are you kidding me? I know more people gotta, I know they gotta be upset. And a lot of Americans are. Not to take it lightly, but they have ripped us off as taxpayers to fund their lavish lifestyle. So Elizabeth Warren, Maxine Wicked West Waters, right? Chuck, Chucky Schumer, right? I mean, a lot of these people, Adam Shifty Schiff, right? Nancy Pelosi, a lot of these people, man, and the list goes on. Because Politico, to come to find out, all those subscribers, man, Politico didn't have the subscribers. They were just being floated the money by the USADI fund. They were just giving money. AP, Associated Press, the same thing. Look at some of these other rags. I think it was it Washington Post or one of these other rags that were being floated the money as well, John, if I'm correct. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these political, oh yeah, I'm sorry, APR. I'm not, yeah, no, not, is it APR? NPR. NPR was being floated, and I think PBS too. Yeah, NPR, I can see that. Because really, who really listens to NPR, really? I used to listen to them back in the day and things like that, NPR, but yeah, New York Times, that's what it was. Not PBS. Yeah, New York Times. Thanks, John. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, New York Times. Okay, Washington Post, New York Times. What's the other liberal media? It used to be the Huffington Post back then. New York Times, NPR, PBS. That's it. That's exactly it. That's also been funded. So the cultish mentality, behavior of the Democratic Party, they have been anti-American from day one. They stand on nothing when it comes down to being truthful and being forthcoming and protecting the American citizen. They have all forgotten that they serve us as the people. They've been serving each other and considered themselves as rulers over the American people. And this is why the whole Democratic Party is being destroyed. And it's being destroyed from within for their lack of understanding, their lack of anticipation or participation for being a part of building up America and making America America. They don't believe in the Constitution. They hate the Constitution. They hate freedom. They want big business to win over. They always talk about your corporations and rich people are the enemy. It's them the whole time because they're in bed with each other. But they are telling us that stick it to the man. We're going to tax corporations. But look what Biden did. He first tried to go after the big business. Pockets was too deep. They had a slew of lawyers. So in other words, how are we going to get this money? Let's go after the smaller man. Anybody under $400,000, we're going to send these new IRS agents. Wasn't that a Democratic move? Wasn't it a Democratic move? Yeah, John says, I used to listen to NPR. I did too, 20 years ago. Same here. Same with PBS. And my mother used to put me and my brother down in front of the TV watching PBS. And guess what was on there? We talked about this already, Sesame Street. But they got to the political pushing the climate agenda. Yeah, they really did too. That's another thing, which has always been a scam because we know that there is climate change, but they use it as a scam. The new Green Deal, this is another one. The title, right? As well as the what's it, solar rays, solar panels, and all this other kind of nonsense. They believe in the new Green Deal. They think that the new Green Deal is going to be better than good old coal and oil. They think that that's better, and the people, they don't. Another thing with the Democratic, cult. They never did a good job of standing by their constituents or standing by their voters, their voter bloc. People in their community, they don't care about them at all, though. They like to keep everybody as a yes man with a whole bunch of emotion. This is why they lost that election. Trump did he ran a very good, Trump's campaigns have always been great, but we got them to stop cheating though too. This is a party, the cultish party that had to cheat. They cheated Trump out that election in 2020. And if we look at it, they've been cheating. They cheat. That's all they know how to do. Instead of coming with a real agenda. I haven't heard the Democrats, they so bad, I haven't heard them with a real agenda. Their agenda is to attack Trump. That's not a real agenda. They was using this. I couldn't believe it. I said, the best thing, John, that we ever had is somebody like Kamala Harris. That was like the best thing that fell in the lap of Trump. John says, myself a ride, but I got some time here. John says, like solar power, I live on it, but covering acres of land and panels and calling it environmentally friendly is the first class bullshit. It really is. Nothing environmental friendly about that. You're gonna set up a solar panel farm with a whole bunch of electrical grids and the natural. We just talked about that with the non-GMOs. You might as well call this electronic non-GMO pollution. It's gonna be devastating on the animals over here. All the the animals and the environment, the soil and everything. That stuff was not meant to be a thing. But tell me why that the Democrats, they always could try to pass themselves off as being some type of environmentalist, when in actuality, these are nothing more than front organizations so they could be able to get more funding. We know the new green scam, it is what it is. They don't even have anything. They don't have anything, man. They do not have a leg to stand on, as far as I'm concerned. It's so bad for them. We won't see a Democrat in power for a very long time. As long as the people have to be reminded and not to be rocked to sleep. Even after Trump's presidency is over. If he decides to go in for a third term, which I really hope he does, that way give J.D. Vance a little bit more time to get a little bit more experience and see how things are. Not saying that he doesn't, but it don't have anything to do with J.D. Vance. Let me just scratch that. It has more to do with the people. I think the 4 years, I don't think the people are ready. We would need a good 8 years with Trump with no interruptions. Therefore, it would allow the people enough time to get acclimated and to get on board with accepting the Constitution and getting a taste of real freedom, not paying taxes, really owning your land, having a better quality of life, going back to those good old Christian values, which he said he's going to protect. He's built another agency designed to protect Christians, because Christians need to be protected. Like before, where Christians were being hunted down, being arrested, because Democrats don't like Christianity at all. They support Muslim. They believe in Muslim terrorist organizations. They like how Muslims operate. They love this. They love that type of stuff. They don't like Christianity, where everyone can be loved and be. They don't like it at all, and they hate Jews too. Democrats hate Jews, right? They hate the Jewish people and the Jewish community. And what's funny about it, look at all the Jewish people in the Jewish communities that vote Democrat. A lot of them vote Democrat. They also vote against their destruction. It's the Jewish community. I think things are changing now since Trump declared what he's going to do to the Gaza. And that should have been done a long time ago. The Democrats didn't want this. They wanted to keep the strife over 100 years over there dealing with this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And we can't get it straight. They had every opportunity under the Democratic Party to get this stuff taken care of and get it straight. They They didn't fail. They didn't want to do it. It ain't failure. They just didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it at all. So the people are seeing the Democratic cult is nothing to be hidden from. They're seeing this firsthand ever. The Democrats, the Demo KKK rats, they're seeing this type of stuff, John, and we can't let up. That's why my channel is going to be around for a long time, because I have, even though it's small, but I talk a lot about Constitution stuff and other things. I want to keep people to be reminded. We have to start reminding people more so about America and what America is about. And I don't see enough people on these content creation things. Yeah, they talk about more about the news stuff, but they don't talk about what America is truly about. John says, "Have a good day," right? And I gotta cut. Okay, I gotta catch up next time. Okay, cool. I gotta catch up with. Okay, John, sounds great, man. I gotta go pick up this passenger myself, man. I will see you later, man. Thanks, man, for coming on, and anybody else for coming on too. I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you could. If you like my work, if you like my catalog, I'm gonna try to keep it coming. If there are some mistakes or misspeaks that I have, please point them out to me or whatever. Some of the stuff I'm able to catch and things, but other than that, I try to keep truthful. Try to be truthful regards to delivering this information, and America, and all. God bless Donald J. Trump. You know, I'm almost at my location, going through the tunnel of love, right? But other than that, though, yeah. So God bless America, and God bless Donald J. Trump. He's doing a hell of a job. Elon Musk as well, and everybody in the Republican Party, whether you're Republican or moderate, this is the guy that said we could all work together. So I really like this, and this is why Donald Trump won. Guys, take care. I'll see you on the next live and things, and we talked enough about the GMOs as well. You guys take care. We are creating a better America for the future generations to come. I am out. Peace and chicken grease.